What's up, guys? Team Stamp West, captain of the Discraft Underground team. Got with me Alex. Alex, how's it going?
Pretty good, pretty good.
And tonight we have the last member to join the Discraft Elite Team, Missy Gannon.
Hi, guys.
Okay, Missy. Again, welcome to the team. Welcome to Discraft. But before we get into anything too deep, too serious, what's your background in the sport? How did you get into disc golf? Where are you coming from?
Yeah, so my background is sort of more recent, I guess I would say. I didn't learn about the sport until about 2015. A few friends of ours out in Colorado sort of, just introduced us to the sport out of the blue. And I know I've said this before, but I really didn't love it at first. I think I'm such a competitive person, and so I think it was harder than I was expecting it to be, and I wasn't good at it. I mean, none of us are when we first start, other than a few natural talents out there, but there's not a lot of them. But yeah, and then we sort of stopped playing for a little while, and we were kind of on like a road trip at that point. We were just sort of traveling the country before we settled in Colorado. And when we got there, I mean, their scene is such a huge scene out there, and we ended up just sort of picking it back up again. So my event wasn't until 2016 out in Colorado. I played rec because I didn't really know what I should do, and rec women, and then I ended up actually playing well enough that I would have come in first in advanced. So yeah, I kind of jumped right up to advanced right after that, and the rest is pretty much. I played every weekend pretty much, and 2017 was a big year for me because I was really fast, but I had finally went to Worlds first time. I also sort of, mine and Paige's history sort of goes back to Rocky Mountain Women's State Championships in Colorado, where we met, and I had won probably my biggest advance win at that Rocky Mountain Women's State Championships, and then played pretty well at Am Worlds, got third there, and yeah, it's just been something I've been doing now pretty consistently since right around early 20s or late 2016, and since then. So
wow, yeah. That's somewhat of a meteoric rise to go from 2015 not even playing the sport to 2019, 2020, and you're on Discraft Elite Team. So speaking of that team, what does this feel like? What's it like to do a big sponsor switch, and what are you looking forward to on Team Discraft?
Yeah, this like you said, this is my biggest and only first switch from a team to another team, and I think that it's an honor. I honestly I felt so like taken aback when I was offered this position, because it's a team that I like look up to. A lot of the people that play on the elite team at Discraft, and I can't believe that I'm a part of it now. It's kind of crazy, but yeah, I'm so excited about all of the different possibilities and all of the ideas and all of the abilities that Discraft has to make ideas come to life so quickly, is something that I really, really came to understand even just over the last couple of weeks, talking to Bob and a lot of people over at Discraft, and it's pretty amazing to go to this new sponsor and see all of the innovation and everything that can happen. Like, even with Paige's new putter, it's like they got to work and they got it pumped out, and now she's able to tweak it and that's just like, that was crazy to me. But yeah, I'm super excited. it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, so you're talking a little bit about that putter, and I see your bag behind you. Do you have any sneak peeks, anything, one or two discs that you can tell us about? We know some of that's a little bit under wraps just because there's a lot of reveals going out, but what can you tell us?
Yeah, I mean, I have no problem talking about some stuff. I mean, speaking of the putter, obviously that's a huge thing for me. That was one of the first things that I knew I had to just start dialing in. I mean, I think that, again, a lot of it is it's a lot of the person, you know, like I wasn't really worried about it. I know that, you know, if I put enough work in with any putter that feels really good to me, then I'm going to be fine. But I know that was one of the first things that I thought about, obviously. And yeah, as do many people, you know, we can dial in, you're going to be okay. So yeah, I have not, I will tell you now, I have not settled on a putter yet. I just want to get as many reps in as I can with you know, at least the 3 that I'm trying out, which are the Page putter. Obviously, you know, we have very similar, and you know, we both putted with the same putter at our previous sponsor, so obviously we're going to have some of the same you know, likes and stuff like that. So I'm definitely giving this a try, but there are 2 others that have really caught my attention, and I've been making quite a few putts with them, even just casually. So those are the Roach, and right now I'm using the Jawbreaker plastic. I really like stiffer plastic, and I'm not quite like CT stiff, like quite. I actually, when I was on tour, you know, Haley and I were pretty good buddies, and I felt her putter. She puts with the CT Challengers. Like, how? I just, they're so hard, but you know, she likes them. So, but yeah, I'm giving the Jawbreaker plastic a try, and the Roach is definitely one that feels really good. And yeah, it's definitely a contender, and it could be the one. We don't know yet.
Okay.
And also the Challenger SS. I hadn't heard much about people putting with them. I don't know a lot of other people's bags other than, you know, a good portion of the Elite team. But yeah, the Challenger SS actually sort of surprised me. I mean, I went out to the warehouse, I think, yeah, only a few days after I you know, signed the deal. And yeah, I was really overwhelmed. I only was there for like a day, and that was not enough time. But yeah, I went around. I was kind of just feeling everything and giving stuff, you know, a few test putts, and this was one that I actually like. It pleasantly surprised me, and I think it's just the slimmer profile. It feels really good in my hand, and this is up there as well. So like I said, just trying to get some reps in, and we'll figure it out. But they're all working really well right now. I think for me, it comes down to some of the longer range putts that I really to figure out which one is going to do, you know, what I want for those ones. But pretty much inside the circle, I feel really good with all 3 of them at the moment. So we'll see.
That's wild. That's wild.
Nice.
I don't know if you want to know any more. I think
yeah, totally.
Yeah.
A couple. A couple that I definitely like. And first, I think that everyone should have one of these, and it's the Zone. Shout out Brian Earhart. This is his 2019 Tour Series, but it's just super reliable. It's a really overstable sort of putt and approach-ish disc. So yeah, I mean, I had something similar in my bag previously, but I had heard a lot about the Zone, and yeah, it's pretty much right. And really need to throw it that often. Just knew by the way it felt, and knew by the way, you know, the things I've heard about it, that yeah, it's just super reliable, and it's going in the bag. So
awesome.
Yeah, and then I guess I'll tell you a couple more. Obviously, I'm gonna have a buzz in there. Probably multiple buzzes. Gotta have a buzz. Yeah, the I actually had this one already. I didn't have this one. So as soon as I knew I was switching, I personally only had like a few Discraft discs in all of my stuff, because when we moved, we left Colorado, we got rid of a lot of stuff, and I ended up donating a bunch of stuff to the clubs and stuff like that. So I was like, oh no, I don't have anything anymore. But I knew we had so many previously. But luckily, Tom, my fiance, his brother, we had given him a few things, and he had also picked up some like mystery packs and stuff like that, and we just kind of stole all of his supply. But
that's awesome.
Yeah, he was gracious enough to give us some stuff. But yeah, this one came from there. Really cool bar stamp, or Discraft stamp, and yeah, this was pretty much a no-brainer as well. Easy, nice and straight. Pretty much flies on any angle that I put it on. So yeah,
that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So what do you have? Like one or two more discs, and then we're gonna actually, speaking of this, we're gonna get to a giveaway. So what's your? I'm really curious. Obviously, you're getting the Tour Series Undertaker.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Is there another disc in the bag that you're looking at that you're really excited about?
Well, I mean, just because you said it, obviously, the Undertaker.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think for anybody who followed me previously or knew anything about my discs previously, I relied heavily on some of my fairway drivers, and so again, that was one thing that I had to find. And right away, we had an Undertaker. We had like a Jawbreaker Undertaker, and then I think a Big Z Undertaker from our supply people from nearby. And yeah, right away, I was just like, oh, okay. That was easy. So yeah, Undertaker became a quick favorite, and then I was just sort of surprised to find out that nobody had picked that yet for their Tour Series, and so I was like, well, that's great for me, because
just makes it so easy.
Yeah. So anyway, super excited about the Undertaker and for the fun things that are going to happen with the Tour Series. But yeah, and then I guess
one driver. Give us your favorite driver.
Okay, yeah. So my distance drivers are a work in progress right now, but but I will say, let's see. For me, my most thrown drivers are the ones that I'm going to get the most distance and the most sort of like full flex out of. And I kind of knew right away that because Val Jenkins loves them, I figured, okay, we're probably similar. Well, hopefully I'm as good as her one day, but we're probably similar in, arm speed and stuff like that. So I had to pick up a Thrasher because I had heard that she bombs them, and, I think she'd even mentioned that, like, she knew she had to kind of gain a little bit more distance and stuff like that. And when she had gone over to Discraft, she picked up a Thrasher, and obviously it's her Tour Series disc too. So yeah, I was excited to try it out, and yeah, sure enough, it became one of the big bombers for me. So I'm excited to throw this one a lot.
Awesome. That's awesome. So talking about discs, I think Wes is itching to give one away. So here we go, Wes.
You said this one might be in your bag. So we got little winter festive Crystal Buzz OS. And I bought this thing just to kind of hang around in the winter. It's got a super cool little snowman, melting snowman graphic on there. So that seemed like a fun one for us to give away. Looks like it's max weight. Let's go ahead and to be entered to win this guy, drop which putter you think Missy should pick for her putter this year in the comments.
Be careful.
She obviously showed us a couple of those. If you think maybe she should try something else, whatever your choice is, drop it in the comments, and I'll go through and pick one of those out.
I may even have to use it to decide at the end of it all. I don't know what to do yet, but
yeah, perfect. We'll get you back in there. So obviously, you're the 2019 putting world champion. That was a really awesome title for you to win this year. what are some things that you do when you're practice putting that really have helped you become such a elite putter?
Honestly, it's just reps, because some of the biggest and best putts that I've made, outside of, just your normal like 15 to 20 footer, which are still very difficult, but it's just repetitions. I think the best putts that I've made are the ones that I don't even like remember how it felt. It was just sort of was supernatural. And yeah, so I think that's just a testament to just getting those reps and just feeling them, because even if you're not necessarily making all of your practice putts, it's still, you're building that muscle memory. And yeah, it's just when you don't have to try, it just it feels so much better when you make it, because you're just like, oh, it just felt normal. It felt like an extension of me. So yeah, I think just get out there and putt, and don't just, if you're not feeling it, don't make yourself just stay out there, and it maybe take a break, take a little while, and then come back out and practice putt. But yeah, it's definitely better when you don't. I know exactly when I miss a putt what I did, because it stands out so much to me when they don't feel so natural. And so yeah, it just makes it easier for me to figure those things out. And yeah, and it makes putting feel better. Even if I get out there, like I'm in New York right now and it's winter and we had like a bunch of ice today. So, I mean, it wasn't necessarily safe for me to go outside and practice. So, but even if I just go out there and throw like 10 putts, at least I did something, and I'm keeping that muscle memory going. So yeah, just get the reps, and don't think too much. Just let it go, let it ride. So,
awesome.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So we saw in 2019 you were touring full time. Are you going to be on the road again full time in 2020?
Yeah. Yes, I am, and I just started making my schedule today because it's been crazy. But yeah, it's going to be a crazy year. There's a lot of driving. I mean, there's already a lot of driving, but it feels a little bit more crazy this year for some reason. But so getting that narrowed down, and I will definitely be out there all year next year.
Nice.
Awesome.
Are you excited for one stop in particular, real quick?
Well, yeah. So last year, just for pure like financial reasons, we didn't end up going to California. We didn't do the California swing. We did end up going to Oregon and did Beaver State and Portland, but it just didn't seem like it wasn't in the cards for us last year. So I'm excited to go out there because I've played De La before. But only casually, and so I'm excited to actually play a tournament round out there. And yeah, I think we're gonna go to San Francisco. It's kind of a nightmare when you have a camper to get there, or to find places to stay. So that's, hopefully we'll get there, but we'll definitely be at Santa Cruz. And yeah, so that's gonna be fun. And I always look forward to Beaver State and eventually MVP, because sort of back in my neck of the woods. So at least where I grew up. So yeah, I don't know. Those are probably the highest ones on my list right now.
Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. So tour schedules are so wild, but it's so cool to hear about those kind of special places for you, and those new places or new to the tour. So with all that said, we're gonna go into the infamous, famous, notorious, exciting, maybe tricky rapid fires. So
okay.
Just as quick as you can. We're looking for shots of answers. So, are you ready?
Okay. I think I'm ready. Okay, hold on. Okay, good. Yeah.
If it's of course winter right now, but which do you prefer when you're playing a beanie or a headband?
Beanie, for sure.
Apple orchard or pumpkin patch?
Apple orchard.
45-foot death putt for the win. Do you lay it up or do you run it?
Come on, I'm running it all day.
Okay. Dream home, a mountain view or a seaside?
Mountain view.
Number 1 most important camping item other than a tent.
Beer? I don't know.
Favorite spot to grab fast food when you're in a rush?
Oh, probably like Chick-fil-A or something.
Favorite card mate?
Oh, Paige Pierce.
Favorite course on the DGPT?
Idlewild.
Oh, interesting.
It's really hard, but it made me. I wanted to like practice after my rounds. That's like how much it was so challenging that it made me like want to just learn every hole, and it didn't really help me, but I don't care. I still love going back and challenge every single hole. So
that's awesome. Odds of repeating the putting world title in 2020?
100%.
100%.
Love it.
So I'm not sure how well you know them just yet, but there's an ongoing conversation. Wes leads this one. Macbeth Bros or Yulee Bros?
What? I don't even know.
It's a fabled battle of the Macbeth brothers, Paul Macbeth's brother John.
Oh yes. I remember hearing about this. I think actually. I don't know. Probably Macbeth, but I don't know. I mean, Yulee's like getting, healing up, and so that's I don't know.
It's a coin toss.
Okay, so with the rapid fires over, we won't put you through that any more of that. You have a minute or two just to talk about whatever you want. Thank people, invite people to play, whatever it might be.
Oops. I dropped my phone. Sorry. Yeah. So anyway, I want to thank everybody at Discraft for believing in me and sort of paying attention. They really told me that they saw what I did last year, and they see that I'm not so far off from top 5 every time. So yeah, they were definitely paying attention, and even if I didn't know it, they definitely believe in me, and they definitely were like super excited to have me on board. So yeah, huge thanks to everybody there. Then also, yeah, I don't know what else to say. I just I'm just really excited, and I'm always out there practicing a few days before, usually with like Paige, and so we always have fun when we're practicing, and we even do like little cash fun battles and stuff like that. So we're always so open to having people come and say hi, and they see us on the course, and I think you'll see a lot of us out there, doing some clinics and stuff like that this year. So I'm really excited about that, and yeah. So anyway, I thank you guys for having me on. Welcoming me to the Discraft Underground, crew, and I can't wait to be more involved with this community. And I know that I can already tell it's a huge, community of Discraft fans. So I'm excited to, meet more people and hang out with everybody. So yeah, I think that's about it.
Awesome.
Perfect. Well, I know we're super excited to watch all of the Discraft Elite Team this year, especially your journey as you go throughout the season. Thanks for sharing some of your bag with us. I think that's going to strike up some conversation for people. And at the end of the day, there's only one thing to do. Missy?
Wait, what was it?
Make that putt.